Chapter 2 Xavier's Old Friend. It was my first day at school. Everyone was already in cliques and talking with their friend groups. Classes were the same old. I didn't have a chance to catch up, but I could fake it like I cared. My dad wants the best for me, but I'm not even sure I'll make it to see graduation. It's like this. I started trying, I gave up, and it keeps going like a cycle. I may not be the smartest, but I make the dumbest look like game show contestants. I'd like to try to be a therapist, honestly. In all the high schools I've been to, I heard about how the shy outcasts have a phobia of them. I want to show them that there's nothing to be afraid of. I went one time and it wasn't the worst thing ever. At this point, the school day had ended and I figured it would be best to look around and try to find the differences to make the time go by. How had I been to so many different schools? Well, it kinda comes down to one person, my friend. No, that's too nice of a word, but my acquaintance, Justice. He's not a good influence, but trouble seems to scoop us both up somehow. I was walking through the gymnasium when I saw some guy on the cheerleading team. Can't say I've seen that before. Eventually, one of the bimbos started taunting me.
Hey, hipster, do you think you could give me back my pants? Those are so tight, they're gonna give you a free vasectomy.
Does she want to play games? Okay, let's play. I turned back to her and said, I did find an aborted fetus in the crotch area. No wonder it's yours. Must have hung itself with the umbilical cord when it saw your whiteboard of a face. She looked so offended it made me chuckle. Spoiled, rich, pampered girls are so easy to anger.
Why don't you take your lack of manhood and scram before a chick mistakes you for a doll?
I narrowed my eyes. She wanted me to fight her, and these words were about to become fists. The guy with the whistle came between us.
You, young man, need to be careful with your words. You can't talk about dark, depressing stuff, even as a joke. And Lydia,
he turned to her.
If you step on everyone's toes, they'll start kicking you. Ease up and bite your tongue before someone snaps.
She turned her head away, arms crossed as though she wasn't done yet.
Emo.
She simply stated. Emo? Really? Just had to. Just couldn't resist not getting the last word in. I gritted my teeth before I continued. That's it, you little princess. It's Xavier. Not emo, not hipster. I'm gonna make you drink your food after I'm done breaking your teeth. After I finished, I tried to punch her, but the coach caught me with one hand. The coach turned my fist down slowly.
Walk away, Xavier. You don't want to start with a visit to the principal on your first day.
I rolled my eyes before I turned and started walking, not bothering to hear the rest. Stupid cheerleader. I exited the gymnasium and made my way towards my house. I know it's about a 20-minute walk, so the sooner I start, the faster I can be in my room. I know my dad is going to be invasive as all hell, asking if I made friends and if I got anyone's phone numbers or if I even kissed someone. I swear, he's more excited about me starting high school than a 2000s movie director. I rolled my eyes at the mere thought of him directing a movie. My dad is very energetic. Yeah, that's the word. He wants to be there and support you through any and everything, no matter how much you want to be left alone. I stopped walking for a second and realized I hadn't even played my music. I pulled my headphones out of my bag and started playing my slow, monumental music with lyrics that are razor sharp and cut deep to bleed emotion. The three most vicious, visceral artists that can do this are Carla Bonoff, Borns, and Melanie Martinez. They're all different, but they mesh well with the quiet and giant moments in life. I sighed happily before one of the songs caught my ears and made my body move freely. The rain had started pouring. It was fantastic. I even let a small smile creep up on my face. The rain does something. No, everything to make this scene way more dramatic. In my head, I'm dancing the unspoken choreography of the music video that hadn't been released. I felt so in tune with it that I closed my eyes as I danced my weird dance, letting the rain guide me and the instruments direct my limbs. After a few songs of letting my body move and get soaked, I felt someone nearby. When I opened my eyes, I was almost taken aback, but instead watched my tongue. He was the tall-ish guy this morning who was wearing a yellow fishnet tank top over his quiet clothes. I think I even saw him at practice with that dumb chick I dare not name. His brunette hair bounced over his eyes and ears. His blue eyes were practically a warning sign, no doubt showing how ice cold his heart is. He reached his hand out and said his name was Tyler. His eyes glanced down, and now I struggled to hide my emotions. He was not the normal description of a cheerleader. He was fat, to put it bluntly. His stomach was big and it hung over his waist. Everything else was okay, I think. But the stomach was the one thing that caught my eye the most. It was kinda cute. I know with my tone it seemed like I hated the guy, but he wasn't bad looking, just not my fashion sense, and not my body type. But he at least ate a sandwich, or 3 for that matter. I looked up into his eyes and realized I hadn't even spoken to him yet. Damn, how dense could I be? I'd have to pick this up later. I wasn't prepared to talk to a guy yet. When I turned my head, I caught wind of my cheap deodorant and scrunched my nose. It wasn't so cheap it's strong deodorant. It was so cheap it lasts for 5 seconds deodorant. I walked to my house, and once I put the key in, I was practically dragged into the house as I let out a panicked yelp. My dad wrapped me in his arms and started gushing with questions about how was school, what was my day like, had I met anyone. It was just the first day, not like we won the war. Yeah, it was fine, I replied to ease his assault. His smile almost fell off his face.
You've been gone for 8 hours, young man. I expect more information than just fine.
I rolled my eyes before thinking for a second. I bit my lip softly, contemplating how much I wanted to reveal. Okay, I'll spill. I saw Justice today. My dad's face went from slightly annoyed to concerned faster than an episode of Degrassi.
Oh, Xavier.
He started.
I'm sorry to hear that. I know you two didn't have an easy time in middle school, but maybe in high school, you two could rekindle that spark.
Dad, you make it sound like we shared a bed. I chuckled. He was my friend. He just posted some dumb stuff and I decided to stop talking to him. No big deal. He held his hands up to his nose and inhaled, like he needed some religious figure to help him plan his next sentence.
He posted some photos of you with scars. I still don't know if they were real or not, but they looked realistic. He got you transferred to a new school, and I had social services hounding me to make sure I wasn't letting you hurt yourself.
I nodded. I know my reaction leaves a lot to be desired, but it was just kind of weird. Justice didn't have a motive. He just took a picture of my arm to see what it would look like with a tattoo. But he added some cuts and then uploaded it. It was seen by thousands of people, and it even made me question if I had cut. I know, Dad, but that was a few months ago. I think I might be able to meet with him tomorrow and try to figure out why he did it. He nodded.
I disagree, but I respect your decision.
That's all I could ask for. I smiled. We walked over and started making dinner. We had some homemade pizza with pineapple on top. I don't care if it breaks Italians' hearts. The sweet and salty always makes a great combo. After dinner, we worked on the dishes. I was the washer and he was the dryer. I know that it's not the most exciting part of my day, but just having some silent moments helps my mental state relax a bit. Once we finished with the dishes, I made my way to the bathroom by my bedroom and inspected the kitchen counter. The faucet was sterling silver with a pull handle. The mirror had tiny spots of toothpaste that was splattered from brushing, and there was hand soap right next to the faucet in a plastic bottle with fish on the cover. It was antibiotic, which was bad for the environment, but the fish don't stop me from using it. After investigating the toiletries, I looked into the mirror and saw some of that peach fuzz coming in. I know it's not a full-on beard. Most 17-year-olds don't have those yet, and I was no exception. I might need to ask my dad for a shaving razor soon, though. My lips turned into a small smile as I chuckled a bit at the irony. I know there's no way to differentiate between a male shaving razor and a razor blade, so I'd have to be specific. I'm sure if I asked him if I could self-harm, he'd have a cow and a half. One time, we went to see one of my big three in concert, and I didn't bring ear protection. He gave me his, and he said he had tinnitus for 2 days afterwards, but it was such a great time. The feeling of everyone singing along, making the lyrics float towards the ceiling, and making every stranger feel connected for that split-second moment. That made all of it worth it. After reminiscing about one of the most faithful moments in humanity, I got ready for bed. I did all the normal boring stuff, so I don't need to start dissecting how to brush my teeth and start drinking water. I crawled into bed, my clothes now dry after dinner, and it was now time to let myself rest. I slammed my hand on the alarm and groaned. I rubbed my eyes before sitting up. Yep, that's never gonna be easy to do. I slowly dragged myself to the kitchen as I started breakfast with the world-famous meal, coffee. After my coffee, I got my bag on and checked myself in the mirror before combing through my hair to ensure no one thought I looked like a homeless hipster. Although, most hipsters do look homeless. I started my walk through the school and yawned my way through the songs to get the morning started. It's not much to go off of, and the slow, meaningful music does little to prevent my eyes from trying to sneak some more sleep in. Once I got to the courtyard of the large red-bricked high school, I noticed Tyler and Justice. I just remembered I forgot that I needed to think about what to say to Tyler, but it looked like he hadn't noticed me yet. I made my way over to Justice and sat down as he nodded his hello.
Hey Zay, how you doing?
Justice started with a California surfer tone. I'm alive. Can't say I like it. Dude, you need to chillax. Look, man, everyone around us in this courtyard has something special. It might be the ability to ruin your life or to make your life worth living. You never know what you'll find here. As much as I didn't want to admit it, he was right. Everyone did have some secret path. I am in control of speaking to a different person and seeing what they have in store for me. But I came here for a reason. Justice, why did you post a photo of me with fake scars? He rubbed his chin and looked up to the sky as if the clouds had the answers. Honestly, bro, I wanted to see what it looked like. And when I saw how gnarly they were, I wanted everyone to see. They're wicked bad for you, and I posted it to try to prevent other people from doing it. I narrowed my eyes. I can see some truth in those words, but not overall. Plus, I think he confused awareness with exposure therapy. But what if it caused someone to self-harm from seeing that and they died? His eyes widened, as though it took both brain cells fighting for third place to realize he could have screwed up. Wow. I never thought of it like that. Maybe you're right. I nod. Anyway, it's time for class, so I'll catch up with you later. Just stay away from photo editing software. They're bad news. I smiled before I walked away. First period, here I come.